Bring the awareness to the perineum and pressing on the little finger with the thumb. We begin with Lam. Just a quick question. Is there anybody who is new today? If you're new, please unmute yourself and say yes. If you're not, or you can just put a message in the chat box. Okay, so I'll assume there are no new people. Pressing on the little finger, we begin with Lam. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Lam. Last time. Lam. Now bring your awareness an inch or so above the perineum and pressing on the ring finger, we do Vam. Take a deep breath in. Vam. 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 Now bring the release the fingers and continue. Vam. Last time. Vam. Bring your awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body, pressing on the middle finger, we do Ram. 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 Release the finger and continue. Ram. Ram. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do Yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yum. 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 Yum.
Yum.
Yum.
Yum. Yum.
Yum.
Yum.
Yum.
Yum.
Release the fingers. Continue. Yum. Last time.
Yum.
Yum. Now, bring the awareness to the throat and we do hum, thumbs up, loose fist. Hum.
Hum.
Hum. Hum. Hum. Release the hands. Continue. Hum.
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 Hum. Hum.
Hum.
Now, bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and there we do chum, thumbs up, loose fist.
Chum.
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 Chum. Chum. Release the fingers and continue.
Chum.
Chum. Chum. Now release the, now bring your awareness to the top of the head. There we do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Om. 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 Last time. Om. Release the hand and continue with Om. 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 Now we go on to the respiratory vibrations. Bring your awareness behind the sternum and feel a rising vibration go through the middle of the body and out of the top of the head. And the vibration
What about
flows as Haim Em Am.
What about Ujjayi?
Oh, but actually we should do Ujjayi first. Yes, thank you for reminding me. So let's do the
நான் சொல்றேன் பார்த்து
Ujjayi, the happy face breathing. Continue. And then we'll do this thing. Bal Mukund, there are people waiting to be let into the panelist. So if you're hearing, please do that or make me a co-host. Now, let's go on to the respiratory mantra with your awareness behind the sternum. Feel a rising vibration going through the middle of the body and out of the head. And the rising vibration feels like 3 syllables. Haim em Haim em Haim em Continue. Now let's go on to the circulation vibration. Haim focused on the lungs. Mentally vibrate Haim, Haim, Haim. So now let's go on to the spinal alignment exercises, starting with the neck exercises. Those of you who want to do it intensely, you can bring your hands behind the back, and as you inhale, expand the chest, and as you exhale, gently tilt the head, bringing one ear towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, go towards the other shoulder and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back up, and as you exhale, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, look the other way. And continue. Inhale back and exhale the other way. Last exhalation, turn. Inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, lift up the chin and take the head all the way back. Exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale half a circle and exhale, complete the circle and continue. Last exhalation, let's go in the reverse direction. Last exhalation. Now let's go to the shoulder exercise. Inhale, lift up one shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now stretch out the hands in front of you. Inhale, lift up the palm perpendicular to the forearm and stretch out the fingers as wide as possible. Exhale, thumb in and make the downward facing fist. Continue. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Keep the fist and go around the wrist. Inhale half a circle and exhale, complete the circle and continue. Last exhalation and go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Elbows in line with the chest. Inhale, go around the wrist, open out the palms, and exhale, come down. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Let's go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Interlock the palm and bring it behind the head. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now get hold of the elbows behind the head. As you exhale, pull on one elbow, inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow, inhale, come back up, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, release, and bring the hands behind your back. Get hold of the elbows behind the back. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Release the hands and bring the hands to the hips behind your back. And as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. Exhale, come forward. And continue, push on the other hand, inhale, and come forward and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we cross one leg over the other and hold the knee that's on the top. And as you exhale, pull on that knee and bring it to the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn, and continue. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Let's cross over the other way. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhale, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now, let's do cycling exercise with the leg. So as you inhale, bring the one knee into your chest. Exhale, lift up and stretch out. So let's go 2 with the same leg. 3, inhale and exhale. Continue. Last inhale and exhale. Now let's go to the other leg. Inhale and exhale. Last exhale. Now we can stand up, and those who don't have good balance, please remain seated. Get your hands behind your back and get hold of your elbows, and pulling on the elbows, pull back the shoulders and lift up the chin as you inhale, and as you exhale, push out the butt, lean forward, keep the chin up so that the back does not bend. Shoulder is pulled back, chin is up, and lean forward. Inhale and exhale into the stretch. Take a deep breath in. Release the hands and bring it down towards the floor. Take another deep breath in. Shift your weight to one leg and turn to that direction. Now take another deep breath in. Shift the weight to the other leg and turn to that side. Come back to the middle. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your head down towards the knees. Inhale, take a deep breath in, lift up the hands and come all the way back and stretch backward. Take another deep breath in and come back to regular standing position. Now we will do a little bit of balancing for 30 seconds on each one leg. So if you have the ability, simply lift up one leg and place it on the other opposite thigh, and or anywhere. Simply lift up one leg and then raise your hands up and stretch up and stay there. Inhale and exhale into that position. If you cannot hold the balance, feel free to hold something on the side if that's of need for you. This is considered a very good way to prevent Parkinson's and such neurological brain problems. It helps in keeping the balance within. In fact, the first element of Parkinson is loss of balance. Now let's shift to the other leg. Slowly bring down your hands, and you can bring down your leg also. And now you can be seated. And now we will do both the shoulders together. Inhale, lift up both the shoulders together. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. As you inhale, lift up the pelvis also along with the shoulders and bring the awareness to the middle of the head. And as you exhale, feel the awareness going downward. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now we go on to the Bhastrika Pranayama. But before that, we do the alternate nostril to check to see how the balance is in the nostrils. If it is approximately equal, Then you can do about 4 to 6 breaths of the alternate nostril breathing. If it is not equal, then inhale through the one with less breath and exhale through the other, and do that 2-3 times, and then do the alternate nostril breathing. Now let's go on to the first round of Bhastrika Pranayama. So we begin with exhalation. So exhale and inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Now, take a slow, deep breath in through the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale through the left nostril. Now we go on to the Spinal Mantra. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of it, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. I'm just pausing over here because somebody asked a question, where exactly is the spot for Jaim and Haim? So if you place your hands just above the hip, your entire palm length over there is the area that is called the lumbar region. So anywhere in the middle of that. In fact, when we are doing these vibrations, you should feel like the vibration is constantly moving from the leg upward along. So when we do Jim is of course the tailbone area below the hip. Jaim, just the area above the hip. And then Haim is right in the middle of the back. That is where all the ribs are, behind the ribs, middle of the back. So you can focus either in the middle or feel the flow going through. And then Jim, Jam, Haim. And the Aim comes into the back of the neck, that whole region. So it's not a point, it is a whole region, but feel the flow of the vibration moving. So continue. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck, to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim O. 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 Aim, Shim, Jim, Jime, Haim, Aim, O. Now we go on to more rounds of Bhastrika. So let's begin by exhalation. Exhale and then inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 13, exhale. 14, exhale. 15, exhale. 16, exhale. 17, exhale. 18, exhale. 19, exhale. And 20, exhale. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril and hold the breath, then exhale through the left. Let's go on to the second round, beginning by exhalation. Exhale and then inhale. Exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 13, exhale. 14, exhale. 15, exhale. 16, exhale. 17, exhale. 18, exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath through the right nostril. Hold the breath and exhale through the left. Let's go on to the third round again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath through the right nostril, hold and exhale to the left. Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. As you let go of everything, feel a lightness come to your shoulders. Even the head may feel light. If you have a personal mantra, focus on it. If you don't have a personal mantra, visualize a rising vibration from behind the sternum, going to the middle of the body and out of the top of the head. And it feels like Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om. And as you do that, we will have Om playing in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And whenever you're ready to come out of meditation, raise the hands up and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. So with that, we end the practice session today. But today being Sunday, we normally keep time for any discussions. So if there are any questions anybody would like to raise, please unmute yourself and speak up. And I'm looking over here about a question here. What is the role of hypnotism in curing illness? This is a very good question. The hypnotism directly affects the nadis. So hypnotism is in the same category of what you would call as Reiki, or when you do when you try to pray for others and things like that. In the sense, somebody puts their intent on you, and so it can have strong healing abilities working in the same way in that kind of communication. Now, not everybody can hypnotize another person, right? So it is only when the power of intent to make that happens, only then it can be done. So it is working straight to the nadis, so it works. Any other question?
Does it take to previous birth, hypnotism? People say it takes to previous birth, hypnotism.
Okay. This is an area where a certain type of psychologists are trained to do, yes, that one can go into hidden memories of the past, including previous births.
Okay, thank you.
So
Any other questions or thoughts? Yeah, feel free to. Madhu, yes, Madhu Dua.
So what is the significance of looking into your palm after meditation?
Okay.
When they look straight into your palm.
The reason is because the eyes, after any meditative or when the eyes close just for a while, when the eyes open, your energies, the vibrations, they all come out of the eyes while it interacts with the world. And so this is the reason. This is common in many religious traditions. It is not specific to any one religion. In fact, in the Islamic tradition, after they finish their salat, they look straight into the palm of the hands. Okay?
Thank you.
In the Indian tradition, it is even believed that when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is you should look at the palm. It is called Kara Darshanam. Kara is the
hand.
Yeah. So Sundarji, Dr. Kulkarni, yes. We don't hear you. For some reason, your voice is lost. No, I don't hear you.
How do I hand up? Somebody hand up. I need to do hand up.
Actually, this is what I will suggest. Maybe you can post the question on the chat box. Okay. While Dr. Kulkarni is doing that, Virendra Khemsara, go ahead.
And
I hear someone.
Dr. Rajan, I had asked benefits of Baya Kumbhak.
Yes. Bahya Kumbhak is a very special exercise that does compression of the abdominal area. It has been particularly beneficial in 3 areas. One area of benefit is anything related to prostate, another related to liver, and the third is it also has an extraordinary impact in stimulating the immune system. In fact, what we have found is there is a strong correlation where for some people who have vitiligo, the skin problem, loss of pigmentation, the Bahya Kumbha can stimulate it can stop the formation of loss of pigmentation very quickly. So it's a very special exercise that is, as you can understand, all these different beneficial aspects.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else who wants to speak, please unmute and speak up. Can you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. No, your voice drifted away.
Rajan, can you hear me
Yes, now I hear you, Sundarji. Yeah. Again, it went away. Yeah, I was hearing you momentarily, something happened.
How does self-hypnosis work?
Okay. Self-hypnosis should be thought of as placebo effect. In other words, what it is it is a self-affirmation for yourself that this is what it is, and it is basically in the same component of the belief system. While from a medical perspective, placebo effect is a way to sweep under the rug what you don't understand. From our yoga perspective, we look upon it as a very valid therapy mechanism working through the nadi system.
See, Dr. Rajan, you told me.
Yes. Virendraji, carry on. Your voice stopped.
What are the benefits of
Sorry, Mr. Srinivasan, what are the benefits of
Kapalbhati?
Kapalbhati? Okay, I'm getting echo feedback. Too many people have their things open, so please mute yourself if you're not speaking. That was Varsha Manoj. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the benefits of Kapalbhati are, Kapalbhati is supposed to ignite the fire in the body. Now, from an Ayurvedic perspective, the fire element is responsible for all the critical functionalities of the body. Now, when we talk about critical functionalities, the controls of the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the digestive fire of the liver, the gallbladder, you can even think of it as the innate immunity. The immunity has 2 elements, the innate immunity and the adaptive immunity. The innate immunity, all of these kinds of critical functions, the role of the cerebral zone vessels, cerebral zone blood vessels that are there in the brain, all of these are considered as part of the fire element. Now, when Kapalbhati is done, as it's said, to ignite the fire, all of these also help in digestion of the food, in bringing in clarity, bringing heat to the head that basically is supposed to clear up the channels there. It has benefits of improving the eyesight. And it also creates heat in the body, which is prominent in the upper back as well as in the head. So it can, in that process, clear out even the lungs. The heat clears out the lungs. So all of these are the benefits for it. And typically, for people for whom pancreas is insensitive and who require insulin in diabetes, we always try first Kapalbhati to see whether it will stimulate that. So I gave a kind of a long-winded loose things of the different parts being affected. So that is the benefits of Kapalbhati.
Does it reduce the belly fat also?
Yes, because it increases, it has potential for reducing belly fat. I won't say it will reduce belly fat, in the sense, what it does is, by igniting the fire, it has the potential to increase the metabolic rate in the body. Okay, this metabolic rate is a very important conversation for people to have. You see, when you're hungry, if you don't eat food and you're trying to lose weight or something like that, then what happens is the body decides there is no more energy coming and the metabolic rate goes down. So by not eating when you're hungry, you can actually put on more weight. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the metabolic rate works in that same way. And similarly, for people who don't sleep well and, don't want to, because they want to get more work done, they drink more coffee and they don't want to sleep and they cut short on their sleep. What ends up happening is the body decides it needs to ration out its energy resources. So it cuts down the metabolic rate. By cutting down the metabolic rate, people increase the body fat increases. So imagine, by not eating when you're hungry and not sleeping when the sleep comes, you can end up increasing your body fat.
That's good. Thank you.
Yes. Manoj, you want to say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dr. Rajan, what is the difference between ego and the self-confidence?
Okay. From a yoga perspective, it gives a high degree of clarity on this, which is not there in other systems. I'll first speak about the yoga and the spiritual system, and then I will also give you a perspective from the psychology system. From a yoga system, we say that the ego has two components. One is me as the doer, and the other is me as the experiencer. And so from a yoga system, it says, only if you have the ability of me as the experiencer, you can even experience cosmic awareness, cosmic knowledge, connectivity beyond the body. Otherwise, you can't even experience that if you don't have me as the experiencer. So ego has two sides to it. So the ego as me as the experiencer is considered the good ego, and the me as the doer is considered the bad ego.
Okay.
Okay? Because what happens is, the from the me as a doer perspective, unless you lose it, you can never have the higher yogic realization that this body is only an instrument of the cosmic purpose. And so people often ask, if you don't have the ability to go and do things, nothing will get done. Well, that's not true. If whatever doesn't get done, you're not meant to do it. You're only pushing yourself and creating stress in your system.
That's true.
So the thing is, you see, whatever in even balance, you go and approach, everything gets done. In fact, today has been a very long day for me. And, at 6:30 in the 7 in the morning, we start off the yoga session. And then we were at the therapy clinic from 9 in the morning. And I did not come back till about 4 in the afternoon. And the moment I came back from the clinic at 4 in the afternoon, we had a video appointment in Boston. And
Okay.
so we did the clinical visit for a Boston person, and it carried on till 5:30. And only at 5:30 I joined in over here.
Right on
And
time.
then from there on, we have carried on. So
Okay.
effectively, literally from the time like around 6:37 in the morning till now, I've been going from one appointment to the next, to the next, to the next. Okay. So actually, as I was leaving the clinic, in the clinic we had four other therapists who were there with us, three
Mhm.
others. And so when we were leaving, I was telling them I have to go now and connect to the Boston therapy, this thing. And then I have the 5:30, the usual session. So the person said, where do you get all this energy from?
That's what I was wondering.
And so the thing is, basically, it's not my energy. When this body is only an instrument of the divine flow, whatever it's meant to do, the energy is provided for you. And what I am not meant to do, if I try to do it, I'll become completely tired. And I won't have the energy.
Looks like you're
when you
very
do
connected
get
with the
it
cosmic
retired,
energy.
Yeah, I am a little tired physically. Yes, if you say I'm looking a little tired, that's a valid comment. But then the energy comes in order to carry on, right?
Yeah, it looks like a cosmic energy you're getting more.
Oh,
than physical energy.
for everybody who is open and in that cosmic mode, it comes automatically.
That's awesome.
So now, just to finish this thing about what ego was that you said? Ego and self-confidence.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is the concept of self-confidence from the psychology perspective is the ability to assert yourself. In fact, they say there are two sides of self-confidence. One side of it is when you don't have an adequate amount of self-confidence, it is called self-effacitiveness. And on the other side of too much of self-confidence is called arrogance. Okay, so self-confidence is a balance of the two. And in fact, what it is from a yogic perspective, when we tune into a person, when we look into the breast area, if there is too much of energy flowing out, that person has too much self-confidence and the person will come as arrogant. And on the other hand, if it feels shrinking inward, then the person is self-effacing. So now if you can think of yourself as what is the association between ego and self-confidence kind of thing. The concept of ego, where I have to be the doer, comes in, and you project that out. It can become, arrogance. It can become excessive, self-confidence.
It's like
When
a
you don't have any,
bad self-confidence.
but no, too much of self-confidence where
Too
you
much.
project yourself too much becomes arrogance.
That's correct.
But the optimal self-confidence is you don't feel the need to assert yourself, but you have no reservation about asserting yourself. In other words, you're in complete balance. And so you're in sync with the cosmic flow. You as an experiencer experience everything around you. And then you feel there is a need by your swadharma, by the purpose for which you are born, you need to respond. That is a balanced self-confidence.
That's correct. Yeah.
And a situation where you feel you don't need to respond, you don't do it, not because of lack of assertiveness, it just feels you don't have to do it at that time, right? So that is the right level of self-confidence. So Madhudwa, you were going to ask a question. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Raj.
Thank you. So in all your busyness of the day, how do you make time to have your meals in time, in the correct time to eat your meals?
Okay, so I'll give you the answer based upon today. Okay. Now, early in the morning, I wasn't hungry. When I'm not hungry, I don't feel like eating, I won't eat. Okay. So what I did is I made myself a little toasted sandwich and I packed it up with me. And I also had within my thermos some porridge that I took with me. Okay. And then There was an apple, as well as I had a bag of cashew nuts and all of that. All of this was in my bag. So I go into the clinic, and we are dealing with everyone. I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat any of it. Okay. Then about 3 o'clock or so, when I was working with there was actually maybe around 2:30 or so, when before I was going to work with the last person. We had actually 6 people in the clinic today. So before working with the 6th person, I became, I haven't eaten any food at all, and I saw this thing. So I had the porridge, as well as I had the sandwich. Okay, so that became like a lunch for me. And so I didn't feel like having the cashew nuts, and I actually shared it with the other people who were there in the clinic with me. And the apple which I had kept, one of our other therapists liked that specific apple, because I buy this Fuji apple that is organic. So organic Fuji apple is very delicious. So she likes it. So I gave that apple to her. And then by the time we finished over there, it was about 3:15, 3:30 when I was finished with the last person. And then I barely got home by 4 o'clock, and I turned on, and Bal Mukund was there in Boston, and he was getting delayed. So that actually gave me a little bit of time. Usually when I go into the clinic and I meet with other people, when I come back home, I shower. So I quickly had the chance to step into the shower because Bal Mukund was late. And so I came out of the shower, and then we began the consulting in Boston.
Thank you very
So
much.
the food, everything just fits in. When it needs to, it's there.
Yeah.
So as a process, you only eat, or one should only eat when one is hungry, not like meal times?
That's right. Actually, what happens is the meal times is generally a good idea. But now what happens is, when a person is, when you feel yourself coming to a meal time, but if you are not hungry, what I will recommend is have something liquid that is hot, warm, and see if the hunger is stimulated. If the hunger is stimulated, you should eat. If the hunger is not stimulated, don't eat.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You see, sometimes what happens is hunger fades away because there is no focus. Because the mind is focused elsewhere in something, so the hunger is not turned on. Under those circumstances, if you take a break and if you drink hot liquid, the hunger will get stimulated, then you should eat.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bal Mukund, you're going to say something, we don't hear you.
Somebody muted all of us.
Yeah, what's the role of alcohol?
Yes, what is the role of alcohol?
Yeah, in yoga and hunger.
Okay. The thing is, you see, we consider alcohol as a stealer of energy from the nadis communication. Okay? And we think there is a good role for it in a specific place. You see, what happens is, if a person is highly stressed and the person is unable to do anything yogic like a breathing meditation or somehow calm themselves, a shot of alcohol will actually help in, when we say a person is stressed, the communication in the nadi is going into a level where all the channels are clogged up. Okay?
Yeah.
So when the person has a little bit of alcohol, like a glass of wine or a peg of whiskey or brandy or something, that will end up opening out your nadis. But if you continue to have more of it, your tongue will go loose and the nadis will lose the energy and everything will get lost. So in other words, for a person who is unable to yogically open out their nadis, a little bit of alcohol can help in it'll steal away, it'll take the unwanted energies that are clogging up the system. It'll steal the energy out. By stealing the energy will come outward towards the surface of the body in the form of heat, and they will go away. The inside of the body is actually cooling with alcohol.
Okay. Thank you.
Namaste, Dr. Rajan.
Yes, go ahead, Tej.
So question is regarding the hunger factor and the sleep factor. They actually, your quality of sleep is better as a yogi versus a non-yogi. And also hunger actually decreases. That's my observation. So any feedback on that? Thank you.
Yes, it is actually, you have to ask the question why that happens. Okay. So within the yoga group over here, in the between June and like probably Labor Day, we had from this group, people were all giving testimony about, I was asking people, you have been doing for yoga for so long, and people who have been doing it from last year, they were all speaking about what benefits they had. In fact, almost everyone, without an exception, spoke about their quality of sleep having improved. Okay. And a substantial percentage of people, and of course, also everybody said their level of vitality had improved. And then there were a significant percentage of people who spoke about hypertension, their blood pressure, being better managed. And some of them said their medications also got either reduced or eliminated in their blood pressure. And then a small percentage of people spoke about how their diabetic sugar management was becoming better. So that is what we heard. So when Tej says the quality of sleep improving, yes, indeed, this would be the case. In other words, when you sleep, it is not broken sleep and shallow sleep. It is deep, good sleep. The other thing about hunger is, when you're yogically aware, you use your energy for what is your cosmic purpose, your swadharma. You don't waste your energy in other directions. In fact, the greatest consumer of energy is random thoughts in your head and worrying about this to do, that to do. The brain is the biggest consumer of energy in the body. Okay? So if there is more stuff going on churning in the head, you will consume more energy simply sitting doing nothing but churning thoughts in your head. Okay, so that is why when the brain is focused, that happens. And the other element of it is, as a yogi, you can actually learn to imbibe energy from the environment. Okay, so you can take energy literally from the environment around you, so that you may not have the need to fill it up through your mouth as much, because you can interact with the energy outside. Any other question?
Aversion to certain types of foods also kind of, the affinity goes away in my experience.
See, what happens is, as when you become yogic, you realize what is right for you. Okay? So in other words, for a person who can be relaxed and balanced, the nadis never get blocked. So if such a person drinks alcohol, what will happen is their whole energy system will sag. Now, of course, even if you're a higher level yogi, then what you can do is you can purge the effect of the alcohol out of your system, so that you won't have it won't impact you at all. But you shouldn't go there, because the alcohol is not something that will be attractive to you, because it has no use for you. Similarly, what will happen is, there are certain types of food stuff, you look at it, you know it is not for you, you walk away. And you become very selective about what you will eat and what you will not. Yes, Dalpat Bhai, go ahead.
Dr. Narayan, one question. Is there any other alternative with wine or alcohol to open up the nadi?
Yes, meditation.
Meditation.
And
without
slow breathing. Meditation and slow breathing has the same effect.
So that will work, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Your
know.
the mantras we have put for you, they will all work. They will have that same effect. You saw the effect of chakra vibration, right?
Yes, I did. I did this today, you know.
There
It's
you go.
amazing. Yeah. And where you running around doing all these things, you know, I don't know where you get the time, you know, to do all this. You explained that today, you know. But really, people have to go there and see it, how you and Ovni both are working so hard, one after another appointment, one room to another, you know. I spent almost 4.5 hours there.
Yeah.
Just my ears. Thank you, doctor.
So shall we close for the day? It's 7:30.
Yeah.
Namaste, everyone. See you.